Did you know that one of America's greatest supercars was born because of revenge? Not because Ford wanted another sports car. Not because it wanted to sell millions of vehicles. But because it wanted to prove that America could defeat Ferrari. Hello everyone, welcome back to Zyrox Motors. Today we're talking about one of the most legendary American supercars ever built. A machine inspired by racing history, powered by incredible engineering, and created to honor one of the greatest victories in motorsport history. This is the story of the Ford GT. To understand the Ford GT, we first have to travel back to the 1960s. During that time, Ferrari dominated endurance racing. Winning the 24 Hours of Le Mans became almost routine for the Italian manufacturer. Ferrari wasn't simply building sports cars, it was creating racing legends admired all over the world. Ford wanted to change that. The American company wanted to prove that it could build a machine capable of defeating Europe's finest race cars. Instead of developing a competitor immediately, Ford first attempted to buy Ferrari. Negotiations continued for months, and everything appeared to be moving toward an agreement. But at the final moment, Ferrari refused the deal. That rejection became one of the biggest turning points in automotive history. Ford's leadership made one thing absolutely clear. If they couldn't own Ferrari, they would beat Ferrari. That promise led to the creation of one of the greatest race cars ever built, the legendary GT40. The journey wasn't easy. Early prototypes struggled with reliability, balance, and high-speed stability. Engineers worked day and night, constantly testing new ideas and improving every weakness they discovered. Failure after failure only made the team stronger. Finally, in 1966, history changed forever. The Ford GT40 defeated Ferrari at Le Mans and achieved one of the most famous victories in motorsport history. Ford didn't stop there. The company continued winning the race for 4 consecutive years, proving that determination and engineering could overcome even the greatest challenges. As decades passed, the GT40 became far more than just a race car. It became an American legend. Collectors admired it. Drivers respected it. And enthusiasts dreamed about one day seeing its return. That dream finally became reality as Ford approached its 100th anniversary. The company decided it was time to celebrate its greatest racing achievement by creating a modern supercar inspired by the GT40. This wasn't intended to be another ordinary performance car. It was designed to honor history while showcasing everything Ford had learned over the previous 40 years. In 2002, Ford unveiled the GT40 concept. The response shocked everyone. Car enthusiasts around the world instantly fell in love with its appearance. The low roofline. The long front end. The muscular rear section. The iconic twin racing stripes. Everything reminded people of the original GT40 while still looking modern enough for the new century. The positive reaction convinced Ford to begin production. By 2004, the production version officially arrived under the name Ford GT. Although legal reasons prevented Ford from using the GT40 name, nobody questioned its heritage. The spirit of the original remained alive in every detail. Designers faced an incredibly difficult challenge. They needed to modernize an icon without destroying what made it legendary. Fortunately, they succeeded. The Ford GT looked instantly recognizable from every angle. Large circular headlights paid tribute to the original race car. Massive side air intakes directed cool air toward the engine. Its wide stance gave the car incredible road presence, while the aerodynamic body reduced drag and improved stability at high speed. Unlike many modern supercars filled with unnecessary styling elements, every line on the Ford GT served an engineering purpose. Nothing was added simply for appearance. Everything existed to improve performance. Inside the cabin, Ford followed exactly the same philosophy. The cockpit focused entirely on the driver. Controls were simple. The seating position was low. Visibility was surprisingly good for a mid-engine supercar. The aluminum gear lever, analog gauges, and minimalist dashboard reminded drivers that this machine cared more about driving than luxury. But beautiful design alone wasn't enough. Ford knew that a legendary supercar needed a legendary engine. So engineers installed a 5.4-liter supercharged V8 producing 550 horsepower and 500 lb-ft of torque. Power was sent to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual transmission. There were no paddle shifters. No complicated hybrid systems. Just a manual gearbox and a powerful V8 waiting to be unleashed. The moment the engine started, drivers immediately understood this wasn't an ordinary sports car. The deep supercharger whine mixed with the thunderous V8 exhaust created an unforgettable soundtrack. Pressing the accelerator delivered instant power. The Ford GT could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 3.5 seconds and reach a top speed of over 200 miles per hour, placing it among the fastest production cars of its time. More impressive than the numbers was the experience itself. Every gear change felt mechanical. Every steering input felt precise. Every corner reminded the driver they were controlling a machine inspired by one of the greatest race cars ever built. Professional reviewers praised its balance, stability, and confidence at high speed. Unlike many supercars that demanded constant attention, the Ford GT inspired trust while still delivering incredible excitement. Ford didn't build the GT to compete only with American sports cars. Its true rivals included Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Porsche. And remarkably, reviewers often placed the Ford GT alongside those legendary European machines. Many even believed it offered a more authentic driving experience thanks to its manual transmission and race-inspired engineering. Production remained limited, making every Ford GT feel exclusive. Collectors immediately recognized its importance. Demand quickly exceeded supply, and values continued rising year after year. Today, the original 2005 to 2006 Ford GT is considered one of the greatest modern American supercars ever created. Its value has increased dramatically, not simply because it is rare, but because it represents something much bigger. It represents determination. It represents history. And it represents one of the greatest comeback stories the automotive world has ever witnessed. Decades after defeating Ferrari at Le Mans, Ford once again proved that it could build a machine capable of standing beside the world's greatest supercars. The Ford GT wasn't created to follow trends. It wasn't built to impress with unnecessary technology. It was built with one simple mission: to remind the world that legends never truly disappear. They simply return stronger than ever. Don't forget to subscribe to Zyrox Motors and turn on the bell icon for more legendary automotive stories, iconic supercars, and the fascinating history behind the world's greatest machines. See you in the next video.